Have you met my new mistress? Her name's Shirley. She's a dirty little girl. You know how long I've wanted to do that trick? Anyways, you're here to obviously see this awesome pedal, the Friedman Dirty Shirley. I have been so anxious to get my hands on this for about a year and a bit or something. I can't remember. It's been a while since I saw it at NAMM. What year are we in? 2018, right? I saw it at NAMM 2017. And I played through it and I was absolutely blown away by the sound because it is an incredible pedal. So this is a review, I guess, of sorts. You know, I'm not going to do the twiddly knob thing where, you know, I have a loop and kind of show you every single sound this can do by kind of twiddling things around and flicking buttons, etc, etc, because there are guys who do, you know, so much better than I do, and they're wonderful at doing reviews. Guys like Henning Pauly and also Sean Tubbs. So if you would like to see all of that, head over to their channels and check out their reviews of this pedal. I guess my forte is kind of showing what the pedal sounds like in a recording situation, which is why I did that track. And it undulated between starting off with that Strat sound, which was slightly lower gain, and brought out the character of the Strat, which I absolutely adored. Those single coils work really well with this pedal. And one of the things that really stands out with this pedal for me is just how it translates the dynamics of playing and the guitar and the pickups and everything. It just captures all those nuances, and when it's recorded it's just amazing to listen back to because you can hear everything. The clarity of it is incredible as well, but that's like all Friedman products in my opinion anyways. You know, Dave's just got an incredible ear for dialing in tone and EQs and stuff, and it's just perfection to my ears anyways. I adore it. So we had the low gain stuff, and then I went into the slightly kind of crunchier stuff with my EC256, which is a Les Paul type guitar, and then I wanted to do a contrast, which is why I went into the Passion and Warfare style of playing. That's much higher gain, much more saturated, did it beautifully, flicked on the tight switch. Now let me tell you a little bit more about this pedal. 3-band EQ and a presence knob as well, and then we have a gain control and a volume control, and that's it. Pretty much simplicity. And obviously we have the tight control on the side, and this is a preset tight control. So unlike the Friedman BEOD pedal where you had a tight control, I think it was the middle knob which was the tight control, where you could actually dial in just how much you wanted to control the bass. This actually has just a preset flick switch on it. There is also an internal trim pot for the gain. You can't see it because I still have the cover on the back. You're probably wondering, why are you just showing me the back of the pedal? Well, you know, it's got the screws in it. Anyways, trust me, there's a trim pot in there, and I have it set to 50% because that was the sweet spot for me. You know, I can get some low gain tones by rolling off my guitar volume. Again, that's something this pedal I think excels at. When you roll off the volume, it just gives you this creamy sound, it cleans up really nicely, etc, etc. So it's more of a vintage vibe, and the Dirty Shirley pedal is, you know, or I should say the Dirty Shirley amp, the original amplifier, and the pedal obviously is modeled after that, was based on the Marshall Plexi type of platform, which is, you know, a lower medium gain thing, and then when you dime it and you have the volume going at craziness where it's going to make your ears bleed and hurt and stuff, then you get all that wonderful saturation and distortion and stuff, and then you know, throw a tube screamer in front of it. Yeah. Now a couple of things about this pedal. When I was at NAMM on the last day, I'd gone to say see you later to Dave Friedman on the last day, right at the end of the show and stuff, and he was asking me, you know, if I checked out a couple of the other pedals, and I said, yep, I've got the Dirty Shirley, thank you for hooking me up, and I'm gonna do some reviews and stuff. And he said, with the gain, the middle knob, he said, start with it at the 0 position because that's the default position for the pedal. Start off with the mids at the 0 position and then add it in, because it literally is, the whole sweep is adding in mids. and then you can find the sweet spot where you like it. Another little thing I found about this pedal, and this was one of the tricks I used, and I realized when I was playing through my Blue Guitar Amp 1. Now when I record, I have the master volume pretty much dimed. It's kind of at maximum because I can silent record that, and I don't have to worry about 100 watts going out the door and make my ears hurt and stuff like that, because I have it plugged in direct, and I get all that beautiful tube saturation from the micro tube, which is actually in the power section of that amplifier. So when I was playing around with the gain control, obviously I could go from here, which is low gain, to here, which is high gain, with how I have the trim pot set at 50%. But also I could also use the volume control as a bit of a boost. So what I was doing was, when I wanted a slightly cleaner kind of overdriven sound, then I'd back off on the volume a little bit, and it didn't really kind of make the pedal quieter in my opinion. It basically just rolled off a little bit of something. But when I actually turned it the other way and increased it, it seemed to add in an extra boost, which was kind of a pleasant surprise. I just didn't expect it. So there's a little trick you can use. Use these two in combination. So when you actually increase the volume, you can actually, well, with my amp anyway, it seemed to boost it that tiny bit more, and it pushed the front end of the amp, which was wonderful because I could get crazy levels of gain out of this pedal. So when I was doing that track, I had that whole plan to do low gain, high gain, low gain, high gain, and kind of flip-flop between them, which is why when I went to the Passion and Warfare type of setting, you had the high gain. I flicked the tight control on to give it a little bit more control over the bass and stuff like that, so that the rhythm was really kind of just crisp. And then I just played with it. I went to the next Satch type of clip, which was wonderful because I could increase the mid control here and get a really beautiful thick lead tone out of this, and it was just wonderful actually being able to capture all of that. This can do everything from dirty blues like I did on there, slide playing, did it perfectly. The VH tone, which was I so wanted to do that. I came up with that riff and it had to be done, and it had enough gain, it had the right vibe about it as well, and it has a nice punch to it also. Then I went into the kind of AC/DC type of thing with the lower gain, and this is where I used the volume control as well. I rolled it off a little bit, had the gain down as well, and had that kind of crunchy type of tone, but not too oversaturated. It was brilliant. It just worked really well. Can't do a video like this, or for a pedal like this, without doing some George Lynch stuff, right? It's kind of what I'm known for, right? So, when I did that clip, it was perfect. It has that kind of old school Dokken vibe, think under lock and key type of sound. I think the BEOD kind of worked a little bit kind of better for the Back for the Attack, Wicked Sensation type of sound. This one will do like Back for the Attack really well, I think. Yeah, you can hear the cogs working in there, can't you? They need a bit of oiling. Anyways, so did that sound really beautifully, and then I used my Spirit Dance guitar in split coil mode to get some more kind of single coily type of sounds, but with a slightly higher gain than I did at the beginning of the track. So my final thoughts on the pedal: I absolutely adore it. I really love this pedal. Now, I've been asked a number of times as I've been posting clips of this on Instagram and Facebook as well, so if you haven't checked them out, then I'll leave links in the description box below. Please do check them out, and join me on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook as well. I've been posting clips and people have been asking, which do I prefer, this one or my other girlfriend? You know what? I want them both. I want a threesome. They're both incredible pedals. They do something different in my opinion. This is the modern amp, the high gain modern amp. This is the more vintage amp. They're both gonna live on my pedal board. I'm not gonna have just one or the other. They're both incredible. So do check them out. Go to a store and plug them in and check them out. Especially this Dirty Shirley pedal, which is just incredible as well. So there you go, guys. Final thoughts: extremely dynamic, beautiful pedal. Has that sound. It's so versatile and stuff. Adore it. Adore it. I'm in love with it. I'm in love with it. And I want to show you some of the sounds isolated, so you can see what this sounds like without all the backing tracks and the drums and bass and etc, etc. So you can just hear the sound of the pedal. Enjoy, guys, and I'll be back soon with another video with this one and this one as well, because I am going to give you an A-B between these guys, just to show you the difference in sound, because they do sound different, have slightly different vibes, etc, etc. Have a wonderful day, guys, and check it out. Check out the sound clips. Here we go.
Thank you.